I can't get over how good this looks. Like, man, it's still like so clear and white, where the other resin looked yellow on top of it. It looks damn good. This is gonna like open the door for a lot of other opportunities. Like this is the quality that I was hoping it would be. So I'm really pleased with it. In today's video, we are going to be demoing a new product. It's a new resin that I have never used before. It's supposed to be really high quality stuff. It's made by a company called Stone Coat Countertops. And yeah, so let's see what they sent me. I ended up just buying a 2-gallon kit to start off with. Since we're just clear coating today, we're not actually mixing stuff into the resin. Well, we're going to be mixing pigment into the resin, but not paint. These are prints of my original work. So what I'm doing is I'm creating an embellished reproduction using this resin and my prints on aluminum composite. Okay, it almost has like a little bit of a blue tint. See that? One thing that I was reading about this product, a lot of people will use it for shower walls, shower panel walls, which is something that I have started doing with my aluminum composite panels like this. I do two things with the aluminum composite panels. I make embellished reproductions, and I also do these wall panels, which we don't have any in this room, but we'll show you some of those in a future video. And I'm thinking about making the switch to this company because they actually use it for shower walls and countertops and stuff. It's going to be a lot more scratch proof, I believe. I'm not sure. But today we're going to test it out and see how clear it is. One thing that I've noticed is when I use art resin to clear coat white paintings, it will have like a yellowish tint to it, which I hate. Now, on a regular painting, I would be mixing in additional pigmentation into the resin, especially if it's white, and then I would be overspraying it so it doesn't really matter because you don't see it, the yellowing that you might see where if you're just clear coating it. So in this case, we are only clear coating it with just a little bit of iridescent, dry, powdered pigment. So this stuff is supposed to be even better than art resin. So we're gonna give it a shot and see what you think. So we've already prepped the artwork. We've already put both the prints up on tables, up on the standoffs rather, and they're all level, all ready to go. Now in this case, I don't need a ton of resin to clear coat these. I just need a little bit. And so a little bit's gonna go a long way. Sometimes I will use a heat gun instead of a torch in this scenario because it's less volatile, it's more steady heat that you can control a little bit more. So we are going to be using probably the torch and the heat gun today. It depends, we'll see. We'll see what we end up doing. And I'm going to be going back in and using some pigment. I'm only going to use iridescence on this one. I like this white diamond effect by Black Diamond Pigments, but really they make a pigment called Lux White that's got a thicker grain to it. It has more sparkle, and I like that. So we're probably going to play around with both of these in this painting, and I'll probably add a little bit of metallic in it as well. So got to get that stuff set up, and we're almost ready to go. All right, so let's start mixing it, see what happens. You know what? Before we mix up the big batch, let's do the small painting first. And we're just gonna mix up a smaller batch. So we're gonna do 2 quarts. Okay. Yeah, I've never seen any resin that has like a blue tint in it like that. So we'll see. And then this is the hardener. It looks like it's less viscous. So still using just a dab extra of the hardener. even though you're probably not supposed to. I always do it with all the different resins that I use. And yeah, it looks super clear. It really does. And again, a lot of them do. Let's throw this guy into here. Scraping the sides like I do with any of the resin. And then I'm going to transfer this into a separate container. How about this guy? I'm excited. I think this is going to be a good product. But we'll know almost immediately. As soon as we throw the resin onto that canvas, if it changes color, we'll notice it immediately. So it's going to be fun. Mikey seems to be having a lot of fun back there. All right. Can you see? Oh yeah? Okay. So the moment of truth. So I'm going to throw in just a little bit of pigment.
What do you think?
Well, it's kind of hard to tell yet. Until we see how it actually cures up and dries, it's hard to say. What do you think? Honestly, it might not be any different from art resin. We don't know. We will not know. Yeah. That was that lady that we dropped off the painting to last week. She was just telling me how much she loves her new work, which is awesome. Gotta love that. Right? Yeah. You know, it's tricky to do resin work like clear coating over a white painting. It's without adding in any additional pigment. It's just a tricky thing. Don't you know? Don't you know? Definitely wanted to test it on the small one before we do work on the big one, you know? This stuff supposedly will handle really high heat as well, which is pretty cool. Shame. I don't know, man, that looks pretty good to me. What do you think? I think it looks pretty damn good. You don't know. All right, you know what? I'm not gonna use a heat gun. I'm gonna use a torch. I like a torch way better than a heat gun personally. Oh, that's like a lot of blue. I didn't mean for it to be that blue. Oh well, happy accident, whatever. That piece actually has just like a little bit of pink in it too. Like a light pink. I don't think that's the pink. Let's add some more resin to it. Just because. So I really like this stuff. It's very similar to art resin in its quality, but I think it's clearer. It seems like it's a bit clearer, and it's definitely a little bit pricier as well though, but you know, you get what you pay for. And supposedly this stuff is heat resistant. It says it on the bottle. We've yet to test that out, but seems like it's probably gonna last longer than art resin, depending on the circumstance. Especially, one thing I like about this stuff, and I think I already said it in the video, is they actually use this stuff for shower panels, which I like. I like that. Let's just mix it all up. And if we have extra left over, then I will use it for those other panels. Actually, I don't know. I don't want to like screw myself here and not have enough to, well, let's see. If I got 2.5, we'll see how much I have if I can go 2.5. No. Because I like to use extra hardener, and this is all that I have, so, and not what I shouldn't do. That's a lot. I just put in a lot. It'll be all right, I think. We gonna find out. I probably shouldn't use a paddle bit for this right now because I'm just gonna go slow. That way it doesn't catch air. Being lazy right now. When the bucket's not filled up and that paddle has some of these fins that are out of the resin, if you hit it hard, it'll just whip bubbles into it. So you don't wanna do that. You wanna go slow. Or just do it by hand. That's what I used to do, but I don't do it anymore. All right. Right, so I hope we don't get these D-rings all screwed up. I think it'll be all right. Or do you think we should take them out? He says they'll be fine. How do we know how hard this stuff's gonna get though? Some resin gets really hard and then you gotta break it. I think it'll be all right. It's gonna be a learning experience. We're gonna find out. What do you think? Yep. Yeah. The fun part. Looking good. What do you think? I think this stuff looks awesome. It still looks like really white in the middle. I feel like this print is better than that one too. I know the quality is better as far as resolution goes, but I think the color is actually better too for reproduction because the white, it's got like starch white in certain areas compared to that one that has more cream in it, you know? Yeah, he knows what I'm talking about. He's just not answering me right now. Well, I'll tell you, I don't think we needed the amount of resin that I mixed up. Definitely not. I'm still trying to figure out how much resin I really need on these prints. But, you know, like if I spend just a few hours doing nothing but prints, I could fill the whole studio up with these things in one studio session because it's just clear coating essentially and adding like minimal elements to it and really not changing anything about the painting. So when you talk about production and being able to scale, it's no problem. But honestly, I haven't sold a lot of these yet. This is a newer concept for me. Like, I'll tell you, like when I first ever considered making prints of my work, it was for the Hotel Effie, and they have like 250 prints in each suite, and the rest of the artwork in the hotel is all original. In the lobby, the conference center, and the presidential suite, they all have like original pieces of work, but in each of the suites, they each have prints. So, and those are not glossy, they're not embellished, they're just standard canvas prints. They're just standard canvas prints. But that's a learning experience. It got me into looking into different types of print. And so I started like looking into some different things. And then I was like, man, it would be really cool if I could do some embellished prints where it still had the gloss and the dimension and the iridescence and all the things. So I was like, I'm gonna try to resin and embellish some of these canvas prints. Well, it didn't work out as planned because like back in the day, I used to do all my work on canvas, like linen stretched canvas. And the thing is, resin weighs a lot. So it makes those stretched canvases dip in the middle, like a puddle effect. Like this canvas right here, this is the last piece that I have in stock that is from my older body of work. That painting is probably close to 10 years old. And it's really cool. I really like the fisheye effect in it. And it's its own thing, but I really wanted to be able to control the overall resin flow a little more than that. So about close to 10 years ago, I switched to wooden panel canvas because it doesn't have the give that a stretched canvas has. So I can get more control out of the composition. But when it comes to prints, I was like, I can't really like print on wood panel and it be like the quality that I was wanting. So I tried a bunch of different things, tried to see what would print well with substrates, and I came across this aluminum composite material, or ACM, and that's what these are. Like, so this is like aluminum. It's like really thin aluminum it's really like in the middle, it's like a polyethylene core and then two pieces of aluminum on each side. And a lot of print and sign companies use aluminum composite. You can cut it. There's a lot of like really cool things about aluminum composite. It's light and it's still firm enough to do the resin work on top of. So what we started doing is just framing it out like any of our other canvases and then doing the print on top of it. I can't get over how good this looks. Like, man, it's still like so clear and white, where the other resin looked yellow on top of it. It looks damn good. This is gonna like open the door for a lot of other opportunities. Like this is the quality that I was hoping it would be. So I'm really pleased with it. So I think it's time to bulk order some of this product. I get ahead of myself. First, I want to see like how it dries and everything. But you know, when I find a product that I really like, I get excited. And right now, I'm pretty fucking excited about this stuff. Especially if it's heat resistant, like they say, and scratch resistant, because they use it for countertops and wall panels. It's going to be perfect for the wall panels. It really is. And if we can still get this level of clarity on white print, that's huge. It's going to be huge. Oh man, so clear. Love it. Man, it looks good. What do you think, Mikey? I'm really pleased with the way this turned out. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. The Stone Coat Countertops Resin is seems like it's really high quality. Until we see it dry though, we're not gonna know. So let's continue this video tomorrow to see how it all turned out, and we'll be able to pull this thing off the table and really look at it very closely and kind of be able to make a more informed decision at that point. So yeah, I think it's gonna turn out good though. We'll see. So yeah, here we are again, following day. It's really cold here in Florida. It's like down in the low 30s, which never happens here in Florida. It does happen, just not very much. Anyway, it's supposed to get down to like the low 20s tonight. So either way, it's warm here in the studio, and this thing is dry, and I am really impressed with how it turned out. Try to get all the angles, Mikey, so you can show everybody. We are about to take this thing off of the standoffs, and we actually already put hardware on this thing because we had it on the wall before we did the work. And it looks like the resin didn't mess up the hardware. A lot of times, if we install hardware first before we resin the art, the resin will get all over these D-rings back here and it won't let it move anymore, which is not good. So, but that didn't happen in this case, which is awesome. All right. So this seems to be nice and cured up. Not totally cured, it'll still take some time, but it is absolutely set, and it's not like it's gonna slide off the canvas anytime soon. And yeah, so overall, I really like this product. The, what's it called? The Stone Coat Resin. This stuff right here. And I think I'm about to be placing a pretty large order of this stuff specifically for my wall panels. Also, if you want to grab some of this product and try it yourself, in the description below, we have added links to where you can go and buy this product. So go and check that out. And we're going to be making more videos based on products such as this that I use. And yeah, if you like playing with paint, you should experiment with almost any and all of these supplies and see what you like, and see what works for your composition. If you're still trying to build out and experiment and figure out what composition you really are going to be working in, you know, you got to try new things. It's part of it. It might surprise you too. Like for me, when I was younger, like I used to really like playing with clay and things like that. Never really was big on brush work or drawing. Like I sketched, but you know, that's really not where my skill sets lie. It wasn't until I started experimenting with other mediums before I actually really got passionate about creating art in general. So, you know, try new things, see where it goes. And on top of that, the therapeutic value of playing with paint is, you know, people don't talk about it enough. They really don't. Like, it's such a release, and it's such a great way to just turn your mind off and just, you know, tap into flow state and play with some paint. You know, it's good for your head, put it that way. And I think in the future, we're definitely going to be making some content based around the therapeutic value of art. But in this video, we're really just showing you this new product. So hope it helps somebody out there. If you got value from today's video, make sure you like it, share it with aspiring artists, and also, yeah, check out the link down below for the new book, The Entrepreneur's Blueprint, where you're going to learn the business of art instead of just the art of art. All right, thanks guys. Tune in next time.